Awesome. So, welcome everybody. So, I've got a I've got a coding challenge to do for a company, and I figured it might be a fun idea to kind of live stream me building this app. So, right now we have the challenge is to build an e-commerce application, and they've given me a mock API. They've also given me a list of requirements for the application as well that I need to fulfill to make everything work properly. I've gone ahead and started, if I do ls, I've gone ahead and ran npx create react app inside of this folder for the e-commerce app challenge, and I've generated a very and currently we are now able to see the application as well here. So problem is it looks like my stream quality isn't so great, but we'll be okay. All right, so we have a very standard React application up and running, and it's doing not a whole lot. So before I actually do any of this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over the requirements for everything and try to figure out what the best way to kind of lay out my web page is going to be. I'm going to pull up Sketch, and we're going to do some really quick mock-ups to kind of go over everything and get a feel for what this application is going to look like. So there's Sketch. Um, I'm going to insert an artboard, and it's going to be a desktop artboard. Oh, I just copied my RMTP link. Okay, so if I copy the artboard, then we'll be able to check everything out here. So first thing we want probably for the site is going to be some kind of header, and I'm going to start here, go up here, give it a color, kind of like blue, maybe purple. Sure, that's fine. And then we're going to give it a title. Call it e-commerce app. Make it white. And put this somewhere in the middle. Sweet. So we're going to have a grid format. There's going to be pictures of the products. You're going to have product names, their prices, and eventually we're going to have a product details page to talk about the details of the products whenever we click on them. So um, let's see. First, I guess I need to know more about like what the products are, and it looks like there is a good example of the API here. So we have a men's tie, a men's dress shirt, all kinds of stuff, casual jacket, accessories. So it looks like we're going to be, getting a lot of different products that have a lot of different categories that we're going to need to account for, as well as their images, um, price and colors, etc. So to me, it seems like there's a couple things we can do here. We're going to want to filter by category. We're going to want to maybe filter by price, filter by name, all kinds of interesting stuff going on there. But before we do that, I really want to make sure to, to get the right things going on this project. So we want a grid format with pictures, their names, and their prices. I think that's the first thing to start with, and then maybe allowing the product details page to show. Anything else really is just kind of extra right now. Like filtering and doing, well, filtering is a requirement actually. Cool, so is sorting and searching by name. Great. So there's a lot of requirements to do here, but I think that realistically speaking, the first thing that I want to do is just kind of lay down a grid, and after I lay down the grid, get the pagination stuff working with live data, right? And then after we get all that going, then we can get it to filter. So let me write some notes here. So of course my notes are going to be in the wrong color. I want it in black. First steps. Why is it typing in white? Come on. Weird. I like to keep a to-do list here kind of in, you'll see, in org mode format actually. So we do to-do, lay down, first grid, mock-up, pagination. So after we get the grid down and the pagination, we're going to want to do, product details page. Then after the product details page gets done, we're going to want to show checkout cart. Showing a responsive grid shouldn't be too tough. We'd have like 4 or 3 elements. I would probably go with yeah, three elements or so. I don't really know what it's gonna look like just yet, but once I can see if I can see the images actually, that may help me figure out. Okay, each image is gonna be 500 by 500. And it's gonna look like that. Great. So 500 by 500 image. We're gonna probably want to do between, yeah, no more than 3 probably. Otherwise, we're gonna hit the width of our page. We could always shrink it down a little bit more, but we'll see. Alrighty, so next up is checkout cart. So add, edit, remove items. That's gonna be a pain in the butt. This is all gonna be done in Redux though, so that should be pretty good. Pretty easy to do because I know how to easily manipulate an array. in Redux and have a lot of confidence there. Um, and then finally, we have filter products on price and category. So a lot of stuff to do there. Um, we gotta design that somehow, but I'll wait until we lay down the grid and the pagination and all that other stuff. And then finally we have to be able to search products by name, which is a lot of stuff. Um, so searching by name is going to be interesting as well. But first we must lay down our grid, the mighty. Oh god, see, 500 by 500 is just, that's huge. That's the size that our images are going to come in, but we're definitely going to need to do 100 by 100. Alright, or maybe half size. So now we have 2, and then now we have 3, 25 pixels apart. I like it. Um, I'm changing this to Swag Store. Way more fun than e-commerce app, I think. Alrighty, and then now we need to I want to do some kind of like I really want to do some type of Alright, my god, did I do this wrong? Awesome. So I want to do some type of breadcrumb which has like swag store, all products, or you could do like shirts, men's casual, or whatever, so on and so forth. Um, I want to make these be 50 by 50. Cool. Or should we go for, yeah. So we got the swag store. There's the product. If we do if I were to do a product name, what does that look like? So product name, men's silk tie, accessories, image, price, blah blah blah. So if I do here, I could insert a text. And then I want to have a like subtext. But I want this to be like slate gray, and then there you go. So you show the category here, and then you show the product. And then let's add in the price. Change the color to black. And then we'll add a button. So then we'll make details and have a product details page show up here. And then we're going to essentially replicate that for every other part of the design. So we have men's silk tie, accessories, men's dress shirt, and then let's go for something like men's. So category here is dress shirts. And then the next one is going to be men's polo, is casual shirts. So now I'm going to save this because I don't want to lose it. So we got the swag store, we got our UI here for the product. Should be pretty easy to build. So if we duplicate this, and then so we have about 50 pixels here between each of these. I think it's looking good with 9 products per page. And then what we gotta do here is probably add in the pagination stuff, right? Do I want a rectangle? Do I want an oval? Do I want a rounded guy? Let's see. Ooh, that could be cool. So there's our pagination. I think we've added that in. Don't really have much color, but it looks to me like we're starting to see, a nice little um a nice site start to kind of take shape. Ooh, fall into fashion. That sounds like a good little title. Awesome. So we have all of that. think 25 pixels is good. Perfect. So that looks like a successful page. Um, well, for kicks, we'll add in a bottom. We'll add in a bottom for the page and make it trying to figure out what a good color would be. Black, nah. No, that looks like poop. I like that kind of muted. Perfect. So now So now we've done the first grid mockup, so we can mark that one as done. We've also done the pagination mockup. So now what we got to do is the product details page, the responsive grid. Um, we've also got to do the checkout, add, edit, and remove items, filter products on price and category, sort products by name and category, etc. So the product details page is what I'm going to design next, and then after that's done, I'm probably going to take a break for lunch and then come back and look into um, continuing on with the coding portion of at least this first half, or rather, we're going to do the responsive grid. Then we're going to design the checkout cart. That's probably going to be the most important part, is designing the the cart UI and kind of what the experience looks like for whenever the user goes to cart. I would say that we would have some kind of, well, when you first log in, you don't really want it to be like in the header per se, but you also want it to be somewhere that you notice. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it up there. I don't really have any inspired ideas for the card at the moment. I'll just think about that a little bit more, but I am going to put it in the top left-hand corner. Yeah, we're gonna make a little hotspot, which is a really cool way of allowing users to kind of preview the app as they kind of go from one page to the next. Cool. So then this is going to say product details page, and then we will have sweet. So if you start from the desktop, we'll go to the product details page, and then you'll be able to see the stuff there. Cool. To save, and then we will continue working on. So if we're going to the product details page for the men's silk tie, we're going to have a big banner here. Want to have something boom. And then we're going to want to have some kind of rectangle. Kind of like that flow better with the title in the middle. I don't know. We'll look at that. Let's look at a retailer like H&M, see what they got. So it's got the pictures and it's got the title, different styles. Oh, I like that. I like that little where this thing scrolls and then suddenly it hits this line. Bam. That's pretty cool. Um, so go back again. All right, so you want men's silk tie. We're gonna have it in. Well, since there's only one image, we really can't do much. Let's just do some kind of. I gotta make this kind of. I would spend more time really going in on the design, but I want to make this pretty quick so I can get to coding it. We do 50. So we do that, and then we can say, sweet. So now we have a description, and we're going to. Why is this still? Good gosh. Oh man. Perfect. Kind of like that layout. It looks really good. It's pretty solid. It's pretty clean. And I think it gets the job done. I'll be able to code that also. Up. pretty easily. Cool. So some minor changes that I made here. I moved the accessories and men's silk tie, the kind of title stuff, down a little bit more because I felt that I wanted to bring more attention to the picture of the product instead of the title of the product. So that way you look at it, you can see exactly what it is, what you're kind of working with, and then you can make your decision to buy it or not. And yeah, we kind of separated out the description a little bit more. I'm curious if I should move that there and have it. I don't know. I'm kind of playing around with the layout right now. If I feel like I think that works too. I just don't want to have a bunch of. I just don't want to have a bunch of white space here. We could also move the description up here, but then again, that also takes away from, takes away from having the product as the focal point. But if each product here has a color, right? So it looks like each product has a different color. So you can have. So you got blue, orange. Oh, that could be a cool use of space. Text. Let me say color. Instead of 34, we do. We'll now add a little splash color. And then set this to be. Cool. Now we have the blue and orange colors that we want on here. I think so far so good. This looks like a pretty solid experience. So we have our fall into fashion prototype. We're in the men's casual selection. You can do pagination. Click here. I get taken to the men's silk tie. And then now what I want to do is I want to either choose a color or add to cart and go to the cart accordingly. Before I do that, I'll be right back. All right, we're back in action, and we're currently working on the showing the responsive grid. I'll probably do later. Actually, I'm gonna work on the add, edit, or remove items from the cart, so that way the user can add and edit their items in the cart. All right, so let's figure out the I'm gonna figure out the cart experience. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to insert an artboard, and then we're going to give it a title. So the title desktop should be product details, and then this one should be homepage. And this should be the cart. So the cart is going to be add in some text, your cart, the cart, and inside of this we're going to put the items that have been chosen, I guess. I think just a simple just a really simple UI which has the cart and shows insert type and dress shirt, and then we have one more men's polo. I don't like the size. Let's make it smaller. 24-point font looks great. Alright, so we have men's silk tie, men's dress shirt. And now we're going to put in and I think we can add in a quantity field. Alright, that's there. And then finally we can have so this is $450. And we have proceed to checkout. Awesome. So alrighty, so now we have a cart screen and everything looks good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in a hotspot. It's gonna be for here. It's gonna go to here. So if we go to the preview, we should be able to click on the cart and view cart, proceed to checkout, etc. I think it looks so far. Everything here looks really good. With the exception of the cart page, could use a little bit more work, but I am just super hungry. So I need to go and grab some food, and I'll be back and at it streaming some more of this in about an hour or two. Thanks for joining.